left off, I believe, with Paulina confronting Greta in the Polonian annex of your cathedral. About the specifically about the use of this spell, but also about Polonius in general. And her rough experience of it lately. So, this happened pretty immediately as you guys returned from Bozu.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, well, what are you guys sort of doing now? Paulina, you're just sort of exiting the annex of the temple out into the courtyard area between the three.
I'll be
Uh,
very sorry.
Baradun is actually there. He's just sort of hanging out as you walk past. Is there anything you want to do here now that you've left? Now that you're so walking away? With Greta's final words to you ringing in your ears.
Nah, I'm just gonna find Pascal and cool off.
Okay.
Yep, that's it.
You find Pascal easily enough. He is in the Atenket annex, and as soon as you approach him, he asks if you want to go back to the house so you can talk about what was bothering you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe like a quick sort of what's up, a 10 cat? You know, could do some squats in front of him or whatever.
Okay.
What's good?
What's good?
Here's my prayer squat.
Sure. You and Pascal do some prayer squats together. In this weird and bizarre religion that we have invented.
It's amazing. Oh, jeez.
And
That's the sound you make.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's up to you.
Oh my god.
And after,
What is the name of that thing that Christians do before they eat? It's called a vow or whatever. What is that for?
Grace.
Saying grace.
Okay, yeah, that weird stuff. What is it with the Attend Kit religion? What do they say before they eat? I'm very curious.
Possibly nothing.
Wish for good gains.
There it is.
Yes,
Thank you
please.
too.
Attend Ket, bless us with all of our macros.
I love this.
So you don't get a direct response from Attend Ket at this time. You just sort of, but you go through the motions, and they at least do center you a bit, bring you outside your own head for a second, and allowing you to focus on something else, and allowing you to relax just that bit. And yeah, eventually when that's done, Pascal asks if you want to get something to eat first. Specifically if you want something to eat, because he doesn't ever because of the ring. But
does he like to have a tasty snack? Or is he just not? He's not into that.
He is.
Is he fully one of those people that are like, if I could replace every meal with a flavorless vitamin that I take, I would?
You mean like
that is
Greaves?
essentially what he did. Wait, is Greaves like that?
Yeah.
I thought okay, wait. I just learned something new about one of my
He's
friends.
picky about food. Mm.
I always kind of assumed that he was out of everybody like I'm the hungry one that eats like the big burgers and such. I don't know why.
I mean, he'll eat, but like he doesn't eat. He has said before that he will just happily not eat food.
I never knew that. Okay.
It is an evolutionary flaw if you think about it.
Having to eat food?
Yeah.
Eating?
What if we could just do it like plants?
I mean, that would be very good, but I would miss being
Mm,
able to taste food.
I don't know, man. I've
would not
had a
produce
burger.
nearly enough energy for you to support your
what if we
everything.
could though?
What if we had beautiful leafy
It-
foliage, though, Sal's? What about that?
Yeah.
I
Could
don't know,
You ever
is
man.
think about
irrelevant.
that?
It's impossible.
I don't know, man. Sunlight or fried chicken? Like, eh,
What if the sunlight could be fried chicken?
Oh.
that'd be weird.
Sunlight and fried chicken is a beautiful name for something. Somebody's autobiography, you know?
To answer your
Or-
question, Rita, Pascal will eat with you, but otherwise because he never gets hungry, doesn't. If he ever, when he is to eat, he's only eating for the sake of eating, which he thinks is sort of like a weird thing to do.
So he's not really a flavors guy. That's fair. Some people aren't into it. It's okay.
He likes certain foods. He likes cannolis, for one thing.
Oh, I mean, who doesn't?
But he also has a certain level of Pascal. He does not have the strongest willpower in the world. And he once cleared a platter of cannolis by himself in front of you. So he prefers to remove temptation instead of actually just deal with it.
Oh, it's all right.
Anyway, you are soon. He leads you, just sort of out of the temple. He seems to be purposely guiding you away from really paying attention to anything in the Polonian sector. He may have picked up on something. But otherwise he's just trying to focus you on what you would like to eat. And just trying to keep chatting until you're ready to talk to him.
Well, while that's going on,
Yeah.
can Sada ask about the intel on the 3 hexes? 409, 508, and 1107. What's going on in those?
Yes,
Who did we
you go
send
up.
out there again?
You send
soldiers?
your soldiers, actually.
Okay.
Suru would be the one ordinarily to tell you, but as she is currently occupied with vampire hunting, you actually talk to Jin, Mino's brother.
Okay.
Who is not Suru's right-hand man at all. What he is, though, is a fairly competent quartermaster and someone who keeps himself abreast of basically everything that's going on from a logistical perspective. So he knows what was who went there, and he knows what exactly they found when they went. And in those 2 hexes that are together, 0409 and 0508, you know that they found Gerblins.
Oh no. I thought we took care of those.
Lots of goblins.
We let too many get away and they made more.
So many gerblins.
Enough that the number of goblins is enough that it threatens both of those hexes.
But are the goblins friends with each other? Could we make them fight each other?
They all seem to be on. Well, the goblin colony is in sort of close to the border of the two hexes, and so they
Ah,
sort of have
okay.
swept out until both. But they're all the same. What's interesting is that as your soldiers approach them, while the goblins were hostile, they were not aggressive.
Huh.
And despite your soldiers being outnumbered, they were not immediately swarmed and attacked.
That's
Rather, the
interesting.
goblins just sort of like threw and shot things in their general vicinity, but not
Just
with
try
enough
the-
accuracy to actually kill anyone.
Huh.
A couple of your soldiers took like a couple random injuries when they were retreating from the initial barrage, but no deaths and nothing that couldn't be treated.
Interesting.
At 11:07, 11:07 is very different. Perhaps far less interesting, but far more of a perhaps pressing problem because it's not just hundreds of goblins.
His
It is
big goblin.
It is one large goblin.
The size
No,
of Godzilla.
it is one. Well, it is large.
Oh.
So the oceans of Logos are home to many strange things. Some of which can come up on land and walk around on them. One of those things are cryohydras.
Oh, that's bad. Or
I
it
mean, that's
sounds
a lot
bad.
more interesting than you
Sounds
made
like
it sound.
it sounds like a hydra that makes ice.
That is exactly what a cryohydra is, and this cryohydra is huge.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Although with how Jin describes the dimensions that were reported, it's not in the huge size category. It's in the colossal one.
Okay.
You know the
Operation.
Hydra from Disney's Hercules?
Yeah, is it like that
Yeah.
big?
It's like that big.
Damn.
All right. What are we taming?
You suspect that you will not be able to.
Yeah, I don't think we can
Hydras
even.
have been around for a long time. No one has reportedly domesticated one except on like very rare individual levels with like master druids and
Yeah.
rangers.
Also,
Neither of
not to
whom you
mention,
have
I
the
don't think
resources
there's
to go upon.
anywhere where you could keep it, and also, let alone feed it, if it's colossal sized.
It's very large,
Yeah.
very substantial Hydra.
Hmm.
Apparently, there was a flock of sheep that was there.
Not anymore.
Was
Yeah.
It is no longer.
Hmm.
It turned them all into a bunch of tasty sheep popsicles and then slurped them all down.
Damn.
So that's the current status of those red exclamation marks.
All right.
Um, you also get a note from Jin, who, he doesn't give you a note. He notes to you that also in addition, overnight last night, serendipitously for your return from from Bozu, there's a bunch of ships in our harbor that weren't there before.
Oh.
No.
Well, that sounds pressing.
Yeah, I should probably go check that out. What kind of ships
Well,
are they?
Ships of well, here we're in the castle. We have a view of the harbor. Let me show you.
Okay.
And he walks you through across the other side of the castle, where he can open up a window and show you a view of the harbor. And actually, you do see a number of ships there. One is very recognizable to you. It's the spotter. Pascal's ship has come back from Vivenne.
Oh.
The exterminator is presumably still over there, as he has sort of set them up to alternate weekly. There are 6 other vessels here that you have not recognized.
Are they
Sorry.
Western make? Or I guess Southern?
Everything is Western make. You're in Hadano.
Yeah,
It's the most
sorry.
eastern
Yeah.
point in the world.
Yeah, sorry. I'm getting confused with their actual like
But whether or not
I guess Northern made I suppose and on these terms.
no,
Okay.
the 5 of them look Viennese though.
Okay.
They have that sort of. They're not the big clunky cogs that the Northerners use. These are sailing ships that are far more advanced and far more useful for their roles. Developed for long range sea travel.
Okay.
You also note that they are flying red and gold pennants.
Could I roll a knowledge ability to potentially identify that?
Sure, go ahead. It's
All right.
really easy.
Okay.
Is it Montfrosset?
No.
Let me
That's how.
find
Is it
in my
Riemann?
back-
Are the cheese merchants
Oh
here?
no, they're gonna
She's
sell us their cheese.
All right, that is easily enough to recall that you have seen red and gold flags on any number of ships before. You lived in Lowtown, Riven, and also you've been around this family a lot. And also the spotter is flying the same thing. Those are
Oh, no.
Fatazo ships.
Of course. It's a good thing. Imagine having to roll a critical failure on that. I didn't know at all.
Oh god.
It's the
Even
ice
if-
elves.
Even if you had a 5 would have been enough to get you that, and your minimum you can roll is a 14. So yes, there are 5 Patazo ships that you have never seen before, and they're substantial. These are not like just some small things. These are not like a few small sloops. These are large sailing vessels with guns.
Huh. I guess I'll go check that out.
Their
Then.
upper decks are actually plated with metal.
Okay, so we steal these ships from Pascal's dad.
No.
Pascal's dad is dead.
Yeah,
Actually, no, he's
he's
still alive, but
well-
or rather, he's alive again.
He's
Well,
alive
yeah, exactly.
in hell.
So we,
and
so
yeah,
we-
he is alive in hell.
okay, what if we steal
But for him, it's
it
nice.
from somebody? I don't know.
Like Rodrigo?
Okay, so but yeah, first I guess.
And then there is one other ship that you don't immediately recognize, but it's very clearly not Viennese.
Okay.
It's also not Hadanese for that example, which is why it stands out. It's well, you can roll knowledge local. Otherwise, I'll describe and I'll just tell you what it is, so that I don't have to
All right.
paint you a word picture. Otherwise, I will.
I'll try. I don't have a good knowledge local, but I'll try.
A 13?
Yep.
You've been around ships all your life, essentially, living in Lowtown. There's no escaping them, and so you would have seen ships, at least a few, from T.
Oh. Hmm.
And
Interesting.
that is a ship from T.
All right.
Moreover, it's a fairly important ship from T. I'll keep your same knowledge nobility from before with the 19. This ship, its big multi-section sails are all been dyed a crimson red, and except at the center portion where scrolling along them is this image of a coiled dragon in gold.
All right.
This is the symbol of the Emperor of T.
Interesting.
Sink
Yeah.
it.
All right. I guess before I go down there, I'm gonna talk to Jin there quick. Oh well, I'm gonna go check that out. I was wondering. I'm probably gonna ask a couple others, but if you find out anything more about, I guess goblins in general, any soldiers might have had some dealings with them. I have a feeling there might be something up with those ones and
I
ones you
mean, we
described.
haven't. No, we didn't open diplomatic channels. Is that what you're asking?
No. I was just wondering if you
Per
knew.
your usual instructions, the soldiers approached, met resistance, and immediately fell back.
Yeah. I was just
Um,
wondering if you knew anybody in the soldiers who might know more about goblins in general or anything like that. I suppose.
Goblins aren't really super common on this island. We met a few earlier when we were back up in Shugo, where we had to fight a small army of them. Yeah, but that was unusual to see goblins here. As far as I know, goblins usually spread via the old dwarf tunnels underground, and well, I guess you saw proof that they do lead to Sarugu. But
Yeah, but they've apparently been long sealed as well. So
yeah,
yeah.
so how this bunch of goblins got here and how they haven't made enough of a nuisance of themselves
Yeah, that's
to
the
be
part
noticed.
I'm curious about as well. Since usually, from what I know, goblins would have taken the soldiers out instead of just warding them off. So
Yeah,
that's
it
curious.
was strange,
Yeah.
to say the
Anyway,
least.
I'm gonna head down to the docks and Tada does that.
I will note one thing. Usually well armored.
Oh, that's also weird.
Yeah, all of them wore helmets.
Huh.
Not necessarily, they weren't uniform otherwise, but every last one of them apparently had on like an iron cap
Oh, okay.
or something.
Gotta
They
be big
weren't examined
helmets.
thoroughly. Yeah,
Yeah,
they do have large heads.
it's true.
Although they're such small creatures, actually, the head is really just about the size of anybody else's. But yeah, is there anything else I can do for you?
Nope. That's it.
That's
Thank you for the help, Jen.
Hey, it's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
My lord, my lady. He like bows a few times.
And I guess keep me abreast of the fire lizard training if you hear anything about that. That might be useful for helping take out the cryo hydra potentially.
Understood. I don't think we'll be. Well, we haven't allocated resources directly for training a unit of fire lizard riders
Yeah,
yet, so I don't think they'll be developed. But next month, perhaps,
hopefully. Well, I guess we'll see what
if you
happens with
choose.
the hydra. Hopefully, it doesn't decide to start going on a rampage.
That's true. If it starts moving around, we might have bigger issues, or we might
Yeah.
go back out to sea. We don't know.
Yeah. All right. And I guess Sada heads out for the docks.
Okay.
Oh yeah, when did the ships arrive recently? Yeah, like just a
Yeah,
little
just
bit after we got back, or
last night. The Fatazan ships all arrived together, but that Tien junk came separately. Just
Hmm.
they all happened to be last night.
All right. So yeah, I guess.
No one's disembarked yet. I know that, but Pascal went to the Fatazan ships to find out what was going on, and he came back unharmed, and he said that everything was okay. So, and Jin sort of shrugs at you.
All right.
If you trust Pascal.
Well, I do. So I'm just curious. I guess I got to go talk to him and find out exactly why there's all these ships. and not to mention the one from T as well. So,
Okay.
all right.
You have good luck with that then. I'm going to go back to having anxiety about troop movements.
All right.
All right.
So heads
Bye.
out, I guess, to go find Pascal first, I suppose.
All right. You leave Jin in his office and walk down through the castle, down towards into the city, back into the general direction that you recall seeing Pao and Pascal walking in. Before we get to your rendezvous, however, Kasumi,
Yes.
what are you doing during this period?
Where am I during this period?
Well, you would have dropped down right in the temple, so the kids are all still there. Ara Takahashi, uh, and I believe Tatsu as well as Mino, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Basically, your whole coterie of people.
Yeah.
Um,
I wanted to ask, as far as the Namboku thing, is that currently on hold until Prof comes back? Like, I just so I understand
Yeah, I think
correctly.
so.
Out of character, yes.
Okay.
Kasumi has no way of knowing that in
Oh yeah,
character.
of
I'm
course.
not really sure how to communicate it to her.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not gonna try to change it. I just wanted to know if that's where we are going as players, and I'm fine with that. I just was curious.
Yes, I don't want to finish off that. That is Sosuru's storyline, and um, right now
Yeah.
she is pursuing it literally.
um. Okay, so as far as what Kasumi is doing, first off, she's introducing the kooky elemental kids to her kooky minotaur children,
Uh,
uh, which I'm sure is going great. Bec-
um, so three of these four elemental children have pretty good enthusiasm for everything. Uh,
except for the
I,
sylph.
no, the self is into it as well. She's maybe not ebullient, but she is definitely interested. Um, in what's going on.
Mhm.
Uh, no, you're. Where did that go? Where is that go? Hmm. There we go. Uh, no, it's rather Manu who is. She's rather. She has a sort of suspicious air about her. Not that she's suspicious, but she's rather suspicious of everything. And it seems like this is a lot for her to absorb all at once.
She is the Undine? No, no, she's not the Undine. She's the Ifrit.
Yes.
Okay. Um, trying to think. So she seems like she's kind of like overwhelmed right now.
Yeah, honestly, if you had to guess anything, I mean, she was kind of off put by your approach in the very beginning anyway, and part of that could be uh, um, just the fact that the same issue that you and Tatsu had, where you are literally water and fire.
Mhm.
Um, but she seems to have a larger issue in that she's the oldest of the four.
Mhm.
She seems to have taken on a certain level of responsibility. Camnuriel, the only person that she like sort of trusts implicitly at this point,
Mhm.
is not here. So she feels responsible and she feels overwhelmed. And as a result, she's sort of suspicious and partly a little cynical about basically everything that is being thrown at her at once.
Mhm. Um. Okay, so I'm gonna pull her aside and see if. Well, okay, I should probably just say it in character. Sorry, how do you pronounce her name again?
Manu.
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 Like-
Manu.
Manu. Okay.
Yeah, here, I'll let me throw them up on. Let me throw up on them.
Don't do
Since
that.
you're on this screen. Up. There you go. 4 elemental children. Sort of mid-island east of Kamako.
Oh, look at that. Okay. So I'm gonna just kind of walk out to them and be like, "Hey, Manu, you mind coming to talk to me over here? Just for a few minutes."
He sort of looks back and forth and goes, "Sure, fine." She looks back at the rest of them who are. She gets a couple of nods, but they're sort of more introducing themselves to your orphans and and just sort of exploring this new situation that they're in, even though it's still sort of a prison. That they haven't really been able to leave the cathedral or even be outside.
Hmm. Well, I mean, aren't the grounds holy?
Yes. Would that stop someone from like shooting an arrow at them or like suddenly dive bombing them or
Somebody
hiring a person to
pulls out
snatch
a
them?
big gun and just blows up.
Yeah. Hey kids, you want to go drinking?
Akio enters screen right.
After a few days, Kasumi would suggest to walk the grounds just after a few days, but that's neither here nor there right now.
Right.
So
Manu walks over to you. She has her arms folded. She looks sort of very closed off right now.
um, so Manu, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm assuming incorrectly, but you seem like you're a little on edge right now. Are you okay?
You know what? I'm gonna make you roll diplomacy immediately because
Okay.
she probably doesn't even want to tell you that.
No, that's fair. I mean, she's a hashtag teen. Of course, she doesn't want to just say it.
I want to talk to you, Dad.
Sorry, getting over to it. Page was taking its time. Diplomacy. Yeah. That's a
39?
19 there, baby.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of ranks. I put a lot of ranks in diplomacy low key.
Yeah. Okay. So, you your sentence was short, sweet, and to the point, and for some reason, just like the timbre of your voice, the sincerity of your query, Manu just sort of the walls sort of break down a little. She goes from being closed up and like sort of pissed off about everything to just sort of exhausted.
Like she just kind of like visibly like slumps in whatever chair she was sitting in.
Exactly. She's
Okay.
standing actually, but like she goes from having her arms folded across her chest to just dropping them and her shoulders visibly droop.
Okay.
As she sighs and goes, everything has just been so fast and changing so much. A few months ago, I was an orphan girl trying to pickpocket people to feed myself, and now I'm being chased by a vampire along with 3 other kids that I did not know until just a few months ago. But now I feel like I need to protect them with my life. And the person that I suspect, the people that I trusted to help me do that are mostly dead. And the person that who's still alive is somewhere else. And I'm going to be at an elemental monastery to explore my elemental monasteryness, except I don't even know if I want to do that. I guess it sounds cool. It's a purpose in life, which I didn't really have before, but is that the
Y-
purpose that I'm choosing, or is it one being fostered on me? And now I'm not even there. I'm in this 3-part temple of like really big personality people. And and it's
It's a lot.
it's a lot.
Um, so believe it or not, I actually, for some of the stuff that you're going through, I know exactly what it's like. You feel responsible for your found family of sorts. I grew up with Sada and Pau, and even though I was the youngest, I always felt like I had to be responsible and serious, and I had to make all the right choices because of weird duty stuff. But it's similar feeling.
Also, Akio was
Um,
there and he kept throwing Bat Bear off a roof.
that is true. But Akio was there. He did keep throwing our friend Batfire off a roof. I think he might have abused our friend Batfire, but he seems mostly harmless now. Um,
Manu suddenly goes, "What?"
I know. I just it's a long stupid story. But there was this gnome woman, Poshment Sneakerbeaker, which is gnome names are really weird. Have you ever noticed that? I don't know if you've ever met any gnomes.
I've met a couple gnomes, and yeah, even here they're. I guess that's just universal to them. That's a lot of. They got a lot of weird names.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. I mean, good for them. But yeah, so she didn't want to like steal my power. She just wanted to understand what the whole deal was with elemental plane touch, and she thought that the best way to do that would be to I don't know, cut me up and dice me into little pieces and examine my bits. And I it made life exhausting. Um, they didn't really have a group of adventurers to come and keep me safe or well to look out for me. I had Pau, I had Sada, I had my teacher Rendato. You might have met him briefly while you were there. Um, but that was kind of and this I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like I'm trying to make like a competition of oh I've got it so bad, but I'm here for you if you want me to be. I know how scary this all is right now, and I even though I'm a weird, gross water person, I I'm I want you to be comfortable here with these people, with everything. And if there's anything I can do to help make that more of a reality, please tell me. Like I'm happy to do anything I need to.
Manu is staring at you, and her lower lip sort of begins to quiver, and she grabs onto you, and she actually starts crying.
I kind of put an arm over her shoulder, and it may not feel like it, but things will get better.
I just want to be able to know I'm safe, that we're all safe.
And you will be. It's It, we'll make it as safe as it can be. Right now, Tsuru's out pursuing Namboku, but I mean, we will do what we can to widen. I don't want to say cage because that's gross, but widen the area that you can be in. I don't want you to have to stay in a temple for as long as you have been. That's not fair to you guys. But I don't know. We're gonna get you out of there. We're gonna get you safe. And if you don't want to be part of the elemental temple, you don't have to be. You can stay. You could stay here in Hayaba if you want. You can go anywhere you want. But you have a home, and that offer is always going to be on the table.
I have a home.
Yeah. Also, I ramble a lot, and I'm sorry. I'm not good at succinctness.
Kasumi, you feel as she sort of collects herself after this that you basically said exactly what she needed to hear. Additionally, being honest about the current situation, not like trying to sugarcoat it as being better than what it actually is. Manu trusts you quite a bit more than she
Hell
did.
yeah. All of a
And
sudden, the Persona 5 bonds deepening thing pops up. I had locked a new covenant thing.
Manu will now die for you.
what? She's
Okay.
There's a social link like a thing up with your Predators in Persona 4 where they'll take a fatal blow for you.
Damn.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
No, she's a like she's a 16-year-old girl. She's not going to have to take a fatal blow for anybody.
Hey, the
I mean,
characters in
Persona
Persona
kids,
4,
yeah.
they were
Yeah.
16-year-olds.
I don't care. They can have
That's some anime malarkey, says Sal's 2021.
and yes, Akio. Okay. And Akio sneezing. So yes, I just realized that's a hot water bottle full of tea.
I mean, where else is Mr. Bean gonna keep his tea?
Yeah. Apparently in midair. After a bit, Manu sort of like wipes her eyes away, just completely off her face. She's blind now. No, she recovers.
Recovers her eyes.
Yes. Pops it back in with loud popping noises. She gets herself back into a sort of collected state, and she goes back and begins interacting with your orphan children a bit more
Why do we keep calling them
enthusiastically.
orphan children? They're not orphans anymore.
I don't know why we're doing that, actually.
I just thought about
Oh,
that. Like,
hey.
what the fuck?
There's an easy way to fix
Um,
that.
Your
It's time to
adopted
kill
kid.
Kasumi.
I knew it. This is his long-term plan.
Yes. So your adopted kids are now back. Ah! Someone's talking
Damn.
about me now. So yes, your adopted kids are now interacting with your. Well, these people are still orphans. And now Nuva needs to BRB, just as I was getting to Akio.
Damn.
Of course.
So we will come back to him. And instead, we will go to. Oh, yes. Well, actually, Kasumi, after this. So you can see that the kids are sort of getting along a little bit better. Ara actually comes up to you and goes, "Yeah, they seem to be getting along pretty good. Um, can I like go out and get them food and stuff, or do I have to be stuck here on the
No,
pitchy
no, no, no.
roof?"
You're good. I doubt that. I mean, I don't. No offense, but I doubt Nambogu even knows that you're, somebody who might be able to manipulate elements.
Yeah, from what it sounded like you needed a plane touched anyway. So yeah, and I can barely manipulate Earth anyway, so
You're
big
getting
plus.
better. Like,
Yeah.
don't sell yourself short.
But yeah, I just wanted to actually like get them something from the city. We've only been here for like a couple of days, but honestly, I don't think it's good for anybody if the Polonian Temple is responsible entirely for our meal plan. Um, that and also it's just I want to walk around, and while I really do like these kids, I do also I think need occasionally a break from them.
And then you see what's it called, Samaru, like hovering in beside him, ready to ask a question.
Yes. No, it's not. My hair color is not really blue, Samaru. You keep asking me that. Anyway,
I love this character. I know I kind of started just saying shit with her, but I really like that.
no, it's a great thing to add to her character. Samaru stops mid-question and just nods and walks back to your to talk with your kids some more.
But yeah, all right, absolutely. You, like, by all means, please go out and maybe I'm gonna give him. I reach into my pocket and I hand him 50 yeah, 50 silver.
Oh, wow. Sure. You trust me with this much?
Well, I mean, yeah, you
I
give me no
Okay.
reason not to trust you.
I was literally a bandit when you found me.
Yeah, and now you just like are going out of your way to try to protect kids that you met for about 20 minutes and
Bring
are
bring.
offering to go out and buy them things. I trust you, kid.
He smiles a bit. And
Just get them something nice, get yourself something nice, and have a good day
You fool! This was his long con all along.
for
yes,
50 whole silver.
yes, now that you
Yep.
give him 50 silver, you'll never see him again. But yeah, Ara goes off, and after that, is there anything Kasumi would like to do?
Um,
At this point, Kasumi, rumors of, or just knowledge, um, of the vessels in the harbor are percolating throughout the city, and they may have begun reaching to the temple.
hmm.
You may overhear, for example, uh, one priest speaking to another, going, "A number of foreign ships appeared in the harbor." A number? Oh, yes. Several. Several? Yes, more than a couple. Can you just
More
tell
than
me
a
the
couple?
exact number, or do you not know? I don't know. It's more than two, but less than 10. That's that's a wide that's a wide, expanse of. Yeah, no, I know. I'm not good at this.
Kasumi has long since walked away.
I am not a priest of Sissa. I do not know math.
What do you think? A part of the god of numbers?
What do you think? I carry an abacus around?
Yeah, no,
Meanwhile,
because
a priest of his sister is just walking by. We do not all carry abacuses.
um, yeah, no, I'm gonna head out to the Dachshund to kind of see what's going on.
Okay. As you're walking towards the docks, we can say that you actually end up on an intercept course with one Sada Ryudo, who is moving in a similar direction from the castle. The two of you end up
Hey.
crossing together at a street.
Hey,
What's up,
so
Kasumi?
heading out to the docks to see what's going on with these
Oh.
boats, I guess.
Yeah, I was just I was gonna head there myself. I was gonna go check out Pascal first. A bunch of the
Right.
ships are Fataza ones actually, and there's a T one
Are we
as
being
well.
invaded
So,
again?
huh?
Oh, okay. I was asking if we're being invaded again, but
Oh.
if it's Pathfinder, it's probably fine.
Yeah, it should hopefully be fine. I don't know about the T one, but apparently that nobody's gotten off the ship. So, but yeah, Jin was telling me Pascal went to talk to the people on the Fataza ship, so I was gonna go ask him what the
Okay,
deal was and then head down there.
sounds good. Yeah. So
So
I
yeah,
guess
let's go.
we'll go and see what's up.
Are you seeing? Excuse me. If you could clarify, you're going to see Pascal first, or you're seeing the boats first?
Uh, wherever.
Let's go see Pascal first.
Okay.
Might as well.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And I think Nuva's back. Yeah,
Nuva, are you back?
I heard him say something for a second there.
Oh, he's muted again.
It's muted
Damn.
again.
All right.
Sorry, no, I am here.
Oh.
I had
Wow.
again said hello. Is my microphone
Hello.
acting up?
Yes,
No,
you're
you're
good.
fine.
Yeah, sorry. It's just several things just happened in 5 minutes. Okay, I'm here. What's up?
Okay.
Not much. How are you?
Uh,
Akio. So you've arrived in Hayaba after your a bit of an ordeal at Shugo where everything went a little sideways.
yeah.
And basically your group kind of split up pretty fast after landing at the temple. Palina off to speak to Greta, Kasumi off to tend to the elemental orphans and gather her own children to talk to them and just have expand her slowly expanding family.
Uh-huh.
Oh God, I just realized something horrible about Katsumi. Part of her thing is she's trying to build a family because she doesn't want to be alone anymore.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Ugh, I did that unintentionally.
I mean, yeah. Well, hey, emergent storytelling.
You took what you
Kasumi
were
is going
experiencing
to
and you.
adopt all of the children. Uh,
Congratulations. You wanted happiness.
and Sada off to the castle, leaving you sort of like, just sort of hanging out. Your various. So what do you want to do after all that? Everyone is sort of like gone off in their own directions.
What again with this nonsense where I get left to my own devices.
So that
Or
was you, okay.
I'm trying to figure out let's see here. To be honest, I kind of thought we would still be doing vampire stuff. So, so I kind of like not really sure because I was gonna go talk to my mates, Outer Haven, and ask them, "Hey, there's a fucking vampire on the island. We gotta do something about that." But I'm not really sure.
Talk to the boys at the club.
Yeah, like, oh, Dio's here. We gotta go to Egypt. Like, I'm
Uh,
not.
We gotta go to
You,
Rothalo to kill Dio.
Akio,
What's up?
you are sober enough right now to
Don't believe you.
have a clear view of your cohort's capabilities, or rather your mercenary adventuring party. Really, your adventuring group, you have your mercenary group, you have essentially assembled a adventuring party right now. It's not really a large scale mercenary group, although actually, didn't we say that you had been sort of getting up to that point where there's enough basic sort of minion members that well, we'll go back into that. Could potentially be fielded as a actual unit in combat. But
Yeah.
you have a core of several people that is basically just an adventuring party that you stuck together out of random NPCs.
I can't believe
You-
I pulled the Guild Wars and I have my own party of NPCs. Okay.
You have a good idea of all of your people's capabilities, and they're all quite capable in their own right.
Yeah.
You have no doubt that Namboku would kill all of them.
Oh no.
No, no.
That's bad.
That means that we gotta start a
Namboku is a lot
montage.
more powerful than any of you in your main group with Sada and Paulina or Kasumi. Namboku is stronger than any of you individually.
Damn.
Your cohorts are a bit of a step above your outer
Palace
heaven mercenaries, and your outer heaven mercenaries, while they are good, these are like level 10 around guys. These are solidly mid-level people with character levels and actual like neat things that they can do and like surprise you and shit.
Huh. So
Namboku would like wipe the floor with all of them.
what I'm hearing is
He
that
would
there's
pick up Edric and beat Kovar to death with him.
Okay, well, I get my
Wait, I'm
I
still
get
thinking of more ways to emphasize this.
I know. And we're gonna take this and have it like blurted to my cohorts, my buddies. I'm gonna tell them, yeah guys, so I fought fought is a very liberal word here, loosely. We're going with the very, very loose definition of fought. A vampire recently. And well, essentially it had me thinking that when it comes to us as a unit, that some literal dead guy can kick our asses, and I don't like that. So I'm going to assume that the voice in the sky is implying that I can train my buddies. Is that where we're going? Because I'll start a montage. Give me a reason to do an 80s montage.
I mean, if you think that you're getting them up to some level where they can take on Namboku in
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
montage,
No. But here's the thing. I'm not really sure what to do at the moment, and this seems like a very good investment right now. Until the vampire comes back and kicks our asses. Oh, okay.
I mean, you could. Well, yeah, no, that is up to you. If you want to try and get them in a more of an intense training regime over the next month, you could actually invest your own money into purchasing them perhaps a place where they could do so. Because right now, your headquarters is a bar. A bar
Oh yeah.
that I will note is so small that it's not actually on the Hayaba city entry as a tavern.
Okay. You've given me
Akio
a
needs to
fun
buy its
little-
own bar.
No, well maybe. You know what? Damn.
Call
Why
that
did I
out of
not-
heaven.
Why did I not have that be the goal, huh? But anyhow.
I mean, you can absolutely purchase your own property or rent from your personal funds as well as.
I have decided to speak to Sada to see if she'll lend me some land. So I guess where are you at, Sada? Ryoto?
Well,
Daimyo?
Sada and Kasumi would
Queen?
still be walking to try and find Pascal and Paulina.
Would it be
Which,
nice?
as it happens, who, as it happens, happen to be nearby. And you know this because you saw them as they left the temple, and you were not intentionally, but as a result, following behind them on your way to your outer heaven headquarters, quote unquote. As they were heading to the same general area, because that's where a lot of like little restaurants and fooderies and inns and taverns are. So you know that Pascal and Paulina are in this area. So if you start going to, but so when you start going to find Sad and Kasumi, it's not difficult for you to get a beat on them because they're two of the most important people in the country, and your guards have the city's guards have generally an okay idea of where they can be found, and if they don't, they can find out pretty quickly from others.
So what you're saying is I could literally pop out of the bushes and say, "Hey, Sada," and the rest.
Yeah, Sada and Kasumi, as you're walking into this this little eatery area, just sort of out of the crowd that sort of splits before you, giving the two of you room out of deference for your position. Akio just sort of like pops out from between two people.
Oh yeah, I guess I would pop out of the crowd, huh? Yeah,
There aren't too many bushes in this city.
and also I'm
This area of the
literally
city,
wearing
yeah.
gold.
Yep. Yeah, he does not sneak up on you, but you see him coming, and can do nothing to avoid it. Soon he's upon you.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey,
Akio.
Sada, and the others. What you doing?
Kasumi.
It's
the only
only
other.
Sada and Kasumi here.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be a couple of guards like tailing them a little bit further away, but
Hello, guards.
the guards look at each other and wave.
Yeah, you better.
You hear about the ships, Akio?
What?
The ships.
What about the ships?
There's a bunch of Fatazo ships in the harbor and a T ship too.
I did not know about that. I guess I could join
Yeah.
on whatever this is and
We're
make
gonna
sure
go.
to
We're
stick.
gonna go find Pascal, and I presume Pao is probably with him as well. Because
All right.
ask about what the deal is with them.
I suppose just for the sake of making sure that I don't know I'm there if combat were initiated for whatever reason. But also I'm here to talk to you on the side about something. And I
Yeah.
figured, hey, Kasuma's here as well, so she'll probably be interested in what I have to say. Right? Yeah. Hey. So, and walk with me. Let's walk to the port, eh?
Okay.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I guess you could say that I kind of have been having my own side gig. You know about them, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I know Edric.
Yeah. Yeah. And the others, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like I've been feeling like I should probably expand on that. And at the moment, our headquarters is a pretty nice bar, but it is a bar, a pub, a tavern, small tiny place that really doesn't feel adequate enough to fucking run our operations. And I was thinking, hey, would it be more than all right to ask you for some land that we could establish ourselves on?
I mean, I don't know.
Well, I
mean,
guess
I don't know what's
guess I'll-
available.
I don't really have a dog in this race, but I mean, if you have money, yeah, or if you can raise money,
Okay, that's
we like
so.
take a loan.
Wait, can you not? Do we not have the ability to grant? Like, do you not have the ability to grant land to someone? Like,
Well,
what
yeah,
kind
but
of
you have to build a building.
oh yeah, no, the building won't be a problem. We can put that up. It's just we need land, obviously. This
Yeah.
isn't. We'd be operating on land that isn't ours as a foreign entity. So you could I guess you'd say that would be established something with the. Would it be safe to say it'd be the same level as an embassy because of how it would operate?
Yeah,
And therefore,
no,
I need.
you're not a foreign power.
Yeah.
You're a mercenary company.
Yeah, but
Um,
is okay. So it's more like a business, I guess. Just want to
Yeah,
make sure.
no, it would. There is no like one-to-one in the kingdom building rules for like a mercenary company headquarters. If you want to establish any other building yourself and just like say mercenary company headquarters and like stick a flag in it, that would be fine. Otherwise, you could just rent or buy a building in Hayaba and or rent or buy a slot of land in Hayaba and build something on it. Or elsewhere. You could put this anywhere really. And
Okay.
build a custom sort of structure, sort of like what's been going on with Hayaba Castle, which, by the way, you have some stuff to
Oh,
put
yeah.
onto
Yes,
this month.
I forgot.
Okay. Well, now that I'm aware of my options, I'm gonna have to look at the map and maybe
Yeah,
talk
about
with
the.
Fruit.
I mean, where are you thinking of putting it?
It'd be
And
nice
here
if
in
we were near the.
Haba?
It'd be nice to be near the capital. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess
Kind
we'll have to
of
see if there's any space here.
Yeah, kind of would defeat the whole point if
Talk
we had
to
like.
talk to Mr. Wren about that. He's usually pretty particular about all that.
Yeah, it would kind of be a massive problem if like we were on the other side and you kind of needed us.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we got here just in time to see you die. See, like that's a big problem with me. I don't want to see you die.
Me neither. I also don't want to see
See,
me die.
we agree on something for once.
It's a little passive aggressive. A little bit.
I'm sorry. I've kind of been like on an energy strike this whole damn day.
Oh no.
I think it's coming. I think it has to do with the fact that I fought a vampire. Anyhow, yeah. I guess I'll be joining you on this thing with the pier and the boats, the gunboats.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Uh,
Let's get the Pascals, or find
we should.
Pascal.
Yeah. Also, by the way, we should probably establish a navy. Wait, is
Akio,
the navy?
you act.
We have
Yes,
one, sort of.
you have like 2 ships.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Literally, the Fatazzos are a single family, and they just showed up with 5. Um, and you know that's not all of what they can draw upon. That's the other thing.
Also, what about Kyo?
Akio, you would know where Pascal and Paulina went. You saw the eatery that they stopped at.
I see.
Speaking of, Pau,
Yeah.
what was the eatery that you stopped at?
Felt like having some soup, some broth. So we went to a place that has soup. I don't know. What are you laughing at? Wanted to go to a soup place. Have a bowl of soup.
I really wanted
the soup store.
Yeah, sometimes you need some broth. It's
Oh.
comforting.
Not
From
trying to
the-
get some ramen, get that noodle broth.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I don't know why I heard noodle broth.
Oh yeah, you could go to a ramen place, or if you just want regular broth, that's honestly you could get it from the same place. Pascal is happy enough to pay for you both.
A gentleman.
I have to say, I cannot get the thought of how an Aneban would eat broth.
Oh, it's
That's in
Lady
my
and the Tramp. We
No,
get those
that would be how
cartoon
they-
dog lips going.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's how
Yeah.
they eat noodles.
Yeah.
Loud slapping as the
Oh.
with I mean that's the tongue.
I mean,
called-
Yeah, no, it'd be
I mean, you just you pick up the bowl and you drink the broth like you would a person. Is that with that?
You have a weird dog mouth, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
weird
mean,
dog
you
mouth.
gotta be able to control your dog mouth parts enough to be
I-
able to drink. Or because otherwise, it's like, how do I drink from a cup? How do I do anything?
Oh my
exactly.
God.
It's too
I've
problematic to
never-
think about.
I've
And-
never had to think about it. I kind of just okay. Wait, I kind of just assumed up until now that every time Pascal and Pau drank, they would just do it like do what the Romans do and kind of just
No.
stick their whole mouth in there.
Oh no!
And
Maybe
then
we
it's just-
maybe we carry like bendy straws everywhere. Then
No.
how can we get enough suction to use a bendy straw? Oh no.
You fool! Bendy straws don't
Even
exist yet.
Have
Problems.
to use their mouths their entire lives.
Gotta
so
be
they
able to
know
drink
how
from a
to
cup. It's
eat.
fine. Yeah.
You've got the
Um,
mouth you're born with.
Yeah. Gotta be.
yes. So you do not have any issues. It's the broth and or noodle, depending on what you get. Perhaps there is
That's it
a
right there.
boiled egg in there as well. They
Sorry. Oh
It takes you forever to do anything with a drink.
no.
I kind of want it to be canon. All right, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna post
Oh
it.
man, that husky one at the top is really something.
Yeah.
just blowing bubbles.
Yeah, there you go. That's the stuff. That's it.
Dogs are good. Anyhow.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does that mug make a 90-degree turn?
Magic.
Dog
So-
power.
Pascal is doing his best to sort of guide the conversation onto just sort of really inane but easy to talk about things. He is distinctly avoiding asking how you're doing right now. And you get the idea that it's not because he doesn't care, it's because he doesn't want to go into it before you do,
Pow
or
has
before you're ready.
only drank some of the soup, but is mostly just pushing the spoon around the bowl.
Mm. He is not the most observant man, but he notices that.
So have bone broth.
I went for some kind of vegetarian broth. It's fine. It's fine.
That's good. That's good.
I went for one with spicy peppers in it because I love it.
You don't like the broth?
Oh no, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's perfect. Are we like sitting facing each other at like a little table?
It's up to you if you want to be at a little table or if you want to be at a counter next to each other. It's your choice.
Oh. Little table.
Okay, and you
Uh-huh.
are at a little table. In fact, let's say it is almost a comically little table.
Excellent.
For you, it is just on the small side. For Pascal, it's comedically small.
Okay. Yep, I can picture it. I think. Thanks for being patient.
It's not something you have to thank me for. I'm just, I'm just waiting to see if you're okay. And I'm a little worried that you're not.
Yeah.
I understand what it's like to not be ready to talk about something when other people might want to talk about it.
I got a little heated at the temple, and I some time to cool down to collect my thoughts is probably it's good.
Yeah, no, definitely. Did something happen at Shugo that you got heated about, or
Don't you mean Bozu?
Bozu?
Bozu? Yes, Shugo is a different
Bozu?
city.
Bozu? Who's huffing and puffing in their microphone?
What is happening?
Nuva, are you huffing and puffing in your microphone?
Am I?
What?
Oh. I
I
might
don't
be.
know.
I don't know.
That might have been me for a second.
Oh,
It has stopped.
Yeah.
okay.
I might have
I do like
pointed
to huff
toward
and
my
puff.
van for a second.
It was just like slightly Darth Vader-y in my ear.
I like purposely got
Intimidating.
this. I'd be really upset because the whole reason I went crazy and have the microphone layout that I do now is so that people don't hear me breathe.
Oh no,
And
I'm
if you still
sorry.
hear me breathe, I'd be really upset
I'm
about
sorry.
it. Drives me crazy. All right.
Don't remember what I was saying. I'm sorry. I totally derailed everything.
We were
Darth
talking
Vader
about him being
ruined it.
patient.
Darth
Um,
Vader.
Yeah, Pascal was saying was asking if something had happened at
Oh, at
Bozu.
Bozu, right. Yeah. Yeah. We got into a fight at the house of the head of Bozu. Because Namboku had sort of mind controlled her daughter. And now somebody's hammering in my building. What the fuck is happening? Sorry. Well,
That's okay, kind of late.
it's kind of. It's not.
Hey, when you
Anyway.
need the hammer, you hammer.
Yeah.
Was it like 7 o'clock for you, or hey, I
Yes,
forget
it's
what time zone you're in.
7:50, so
Okay.
it's
Oh.
not too late to hammer, but it's kind of late to hammer. It
3
sounded like
o'clock is
hammering.
way too late.
Strange. Anyway, yeah. So a bunch of her.
Sada beat up a kid.
Oh yeah, Sada punched a kid. No. We ended up being sort of ambushed by her guards. They'd all been sort of mind controlled, and it was bad because this kid was like a hostage.
You didn't have to hurt the kid, did you?
No, so that's part of it. I killed a guy. I didn't want to, and he wasn't in his right mind. But neither was I. And I'd been hit by like a spell. The kid had been used as like a conduit for spell casting. Like she'd been mind controlled. What?
Good word.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So she cast a spell on me, and I failed to resist the spell, and then she cast a couple more. Actually, she cast sort of. It was bad. I had bad luck, I think. I sort of opened the doors and walked right into just a shit ton of spells. So that was pretty bad. But yeah, I ended up like knocking this guy out cold. And I killed him while he was unconscious. Well, after I struck him down, and I did it with my own teeth.
Pascal's face had been sort of like a constant understanding, serious expression. That's when his eyebrows go up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm imagining this is like a little table with bar stools on either side. Like it's kind of a tall little table. Okay, I'm gonna pick up my stool and I'm gonna bring it over to his side. And now we are really sitting kind of out in the walking space because Pascal already takes up so much room.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
I'm
his
gonna- I'm
shoulder
gonna-
was out in the walking space anyway.
Yeah, so I'm gonna sit side by side with him now. I'll just like pull my little soup bowl closer to my corner that I'm on, basically. I think this is easier if I don't have to look you in the eyes.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Yeah. The spell, it changed me and it made me just so hungry. And he was just laying there, and he was the closest thing, and I couldn't resist I couldn't resist it at all. And I just bit into him, and I felt like an animal.
Oh,
And Kasumi had to knock me out. But it could have been that kid. I could have done it to that kid if Sada hadn't beaten the shit out of her and picked her up and carted her off mid-battle. Yeah, and so
Pascal pauses for a second. And he, I know that you didn't want to look at me while you're saying this, but can I look at you?
I can't stop you.
I mean, yes, you could, but
But I can't.
But I wouldn't.
and he turns to look at you in the eyes, and he sort of leans down awkwardly because his leg sort of gets stuck underneath the table. It's a very cramped
This
spot.
table's tiny.
It's really tiny, but
Mm.
and he sort of places his forehead against yours, and he pulls you around your shoulder into him, and he speaks to you very quietly. There is nothing you could do that should make you ashamed to look at me when you tell me, or scared. I'm so sorry this happened. I don't know if I could have done anything if I were there, but I wish I was.
No, it's better that you weren't.
I probably would have been the one eating people.
I mean, that would have been terrible.
Wait, wouldn't the ring stop him from wanting to?
Oh, huh.
Huh.
A thought experiment, if you will.
Oh.
Only one way to find out. Get Greta.
Sorry to ruin that moment.
Interesting.
I don't know what I can...
It broke Nuva.
Oh, wow.
Quite a reaction.
He's delighted.
I don't know what I can do to help you through this. But no matter what, just know that I'll be right beside you. And until you don't want me here, I'll be here. Okay?
Okay.
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 And he sort of holds on to you there for a while. Until finally the proprietress of the restaurant comes over to you and goes, "Hey, get out of the
Sorry.
aisle."
Yep. I'll scoot, squeak my little stool across the ground. Scoot.
Nervous, some people. This isn't a big restaurant.
Pull my suit back over. Sorry. Yep. Yeah, I know. It's like what ifs, you know?
Mhm.
It's not helpful in any way.
No, you can't undo what happened. And what happened wasn't your fault. It was the person who used that spell.
It's
You were
horrible.
just an unwilling implement. So,
It was horrible, and I knew it was horrible while I was doing it, but I couldn't stop.
I've been compelled. On a couple occasions now, actually, I think that keeps happening to me. And yeah, it's like you're swimming in your own body. And at a certain point, you have to be ready to just understand that sometimes there isn't something you can do. Even if you really want to.
Yeah.
Are you going to eat the rest of that?
Do you want it? It's good.
It was really good. That's the only reason why I'm asking. And you don't seem super hungry, but if you are, I'll have it. I already had mine.
I'll have one. I'll take like maybe one sip. I'll just take like maybe one sip. I take more than one sip. I end up with like, oh, this is so good. Oh. Then it's like, oh no, I had too much soup. My tummy hurts. Wow.
One
Classic.
serving.
What?
How is a tiny person? Yes, but she's not that tiny.
Just projecting my own issues on Pal. So it's like, oh, it's so good. Food, yum, 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 yum. Oh no, I ate too much. It's like, of course you did, you idiot. Look at it. Ah! Every time.
I mean,
What
it's
is-
not like
Every
you're going back
time.
for additional unless you are. Maybe it's an all-you-can-eat food place.
Ooh, hell yeah. Soup buffet.
Oh,
Build
that
your own
sounds really
broth.
good.
Yeah, it does.
As you're finishing is about when the rest of the party comes upon you and your BT.
Huh?
Yeah, all right. Beady beady.
So, Sada, Kasumi, Akio, you have finally reached Pascal and Paulina. They appear to be
The
just
quest.
finishing a lunch together.
Okay.
Oh, hey, shit. Look at that. Pau and Pascal are at Soups, my favorite soup store.
Well, that's canon.
I'll write it down.
Welcome to Soups. Is that soups like plural or soups like it belongs to soup?
Yes.
Who knows?
Cool. Welcome to Soups. My name is Soup. I serve only soup.
The apostrophe is placed such that you can't tell if it's in front of the S or behind it.
It's just directly above it. Why is it written like in English?
I don't know.
Hey, here's a very long backstory. The person knows this.
All right, fair.
So
Every language has a humble beginning.
yes, so you find them at Soups. Soups is a very small store, and you find Pascal and Pau at a table that is very, very tiny.
All right.
It can fit about two. It can fit about two soup bowls on it. And yes, as observed, Pascal is sort of hanging out into the aisle as you walk up to him.
Hey, Pau.
Hey.
Hey, Pascal. Hey, Pascal's side.
Hey,
Pascal. I wanted to ask, what's the deal with all the Fatazo ships?
oh right,
Yeah.
I probably should have told you about that earlier.
It's alright. There's a T1 now, though, so.
That one I don't know about.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, sorry, that was my fault. I well, let me preface this with this. So, as you'll remember, I was recently almost assassinated.
What?
By the Mask of Many Faces'
Yeah.
ninja goons.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that time you almost had your head squished.
Or the time I got my chest caved in by an axe. No, this was the most recent one.
Yeah.
Wow. We need to protect you. Because I like you.
Right? I know.
Sorry. You were saying something important. Go on.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, can we take this outside? This is really awkward. Like
Yeah.
my leg is falling asleep because it's crammed between the table and the stool, and I'm actually beginning to not like the sitting arrangement at all.
You're only
Yeah.
beginning now?
Let's go.
I've been shifting it
I
around.
thought it was weird that you didn't want to eat up at the bar.
Well, I figured that the booth would be more intimate, or
I
barely,
knew you were going to
barely
say intimate.
sit.
just quieter.
What's wrong with intimate?
And I didn't want to necessarily I didn't know what was up with you. And anyway, but yeah, this is meant for like an anorexic elf. How do you even fit normal people in here? Basically yells at the
When you like
proprietress.
to know.
That is her response.
All right, let's step out. Make
It
sure you
takes Pascal a
pay your
second.
tab first.
Well, he pays at the booth, but it takes Pascal a second to sort of extricate himself. But eventually, you are standing outside of Soups. That feels better. Okay, so he sort of stretches his since compacted arm and leg out. Oh, right. The ships. Those are Fitazo ships. You knew that. You prefaced it. You said that already that they were Fitazo ships. So obviously, my telling you that they're Fitazo ships is
Yeah.
not news to you.
Jin
You
told
did
me
a
you went to
great
go.
job.
You already went to go see what the deal was. So
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I was assassinated lately. Attempted. So the thing about that, and it's not something that I really like to lean upon anymore, especially after the Twin Kingdoms thing and how it sort of got us all, or got you all, stuck clearing out a catacomb, which did work out well, but still wasn't necessarily something you all asked for. I don't really like to lean upon my position very much, but you can't really just go around assassinating the brother of one of the heads of the five families and just expect that to go away. So I wrote to Rodrigo about what happened, and those are his response.
that's quite the response.
Yeah, so Viven is not at war with the shogunate. Cesare is not going to commit to that,
Yeah.
which, fair to him.
Yeah.
But House Fitazo is openly hostile against them now.
Yeah.
And we're not a country, but we have a whole lot of money and a lot of ships. And currently in those ships, about 500 guys
Nice.
that are essentially your guys now.
All right,
Don't you
that's
call them
cool.
mooks?
So yeah, I guess. So yeah, but Rodrigo hearing about the shogunate trying to assassinate you didn't sit well with him.
No,
No.
we don't have a lot of family members, just generally speaking. We're not like the Sensis or the Morosinis where there's just like dozens of us everywhere.
Yeah.
A very real potential method of removing House Fitazo from the scene would be just to kill us all.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that hard. Well, it would be hard because we protect ourselves, but it wouldn't be hard as then there's only a few important people to actually do. Anyway, so he, especially since our grandfather great grandfather got assassinated, so he's kind of really touchy about that.
Mm.
And And yeah, I think he wants to do everything in his power to square this in a
Makes
way that's
sense.
favorable to our house.
Yeah. So I guess
So yeah,
oh,
that's a small flotilla of warships.
cool.
That will
Anyone
probably
in there I should introduce myself to? Like, do they have a general or something? I don't know. Or a captain?
they're a mercenary band. They're called the Company of the Hat.
Okay.
What kind of hat?
It's it's the leader is a former Bravo, or I guess he's still a Bravo. So it's I mean, you've seen Bravo, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
you know the kind of hat.
That kind of hat.
Yeah.
It's a big ass hat.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't want to mess with that hat.
no,
Uh-uh.
uh, lots of feathers. Um, but yeah, where was I? All right. Um, Company of the Hat. And yeah, there's about 500 dudes that he's recruited into your service. They're pretty decent mercenaries, generally armed with crossbows, short swords, and small shields. So they're sort of like a mixed use unit. And the captain's name is Enrico Poloni.
Hmm. All right. Any idea about the T ship, or is that just pretty much a weird coincidence?
They've got nothing to do with me.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna go down the docks and figure all that out if you want to come along.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sounds good. So now they didn't land, obviously, because landing 500 soldiers unannounced would be
Yeah.
bad.
Not a good look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can I get them like bivouacked now?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's
Of
room
course.
next to the elf camp city outside the city. So
Yeah. I go. I'll go talk to the captain there too and just figure everything out.
cool. Yeah, no, great. Um, yeah, Pow, you're going with them to check out the T-ship thing?
Yeah.
All right,
Sounds
then,
interesting.
yeah,
What else
Def.
is she gonna do?
I'm curious what that will be about, but
She's
Well,
full
I
of
yes,
don't
soup
know,
already.
Akio. She could do anything, really. She's pretty great that
Sorry,
way.
sorry. I wanted to lead that into she's full of soup to do anything,
I am
but
very full of soup.
but I didn't know if it was muted. I was like trying to figure that out, and I stopped halfway through.
Yeah, I'm sorry for like encouraging you there, pal. You went back a couple of times. And
Well,
it was really good
it was
soup.
really good soup, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
so not at the at the soup that thing that Rita was talking about.
The soup buffet?
I don't know. No, that you said you were like you took like one bite of soup and you were too full to do anything.
No, not one bite. It's just, one too many bites. And then living
Yeah.
to regret it, and then complaining loudly, and then being
God.
told, well, you know that you knew this would happen. That's what happens every time.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Let's
yes,
go.
you soon find your way down to the docks. Where yes, actually, there's a number of soldiers at your docks, posted by Ismo to make sure that if these ships do attack, really, considering what where these soldiers are positioned, considering that the Phatassan ships had cannons, if they were to attack, the soldiers would just be there to give them something to shoot at. Um,
Yeah. I'll
but
go fill in Ismo on what's the deal with the Phatassos ships there. But I
he's
don't know the
not.
deal, of course, with the T ship. But yeah.
Yes, Ismo is not actually here.
Oh, okay.
He would be coordinating things from the castle, so you would
Okay.
have to go back and get him. Um, so you the T ship has actually docked, unlike the Fatazan ships. The oh right, Pascal sort of like has a light bulb go off over his head and reaches down into a pack that he's wearing and pulls out a little a stick,
Yeah.
which he cracks, and it starts releasing a tremendous amount of smoke, and he like flings it out into the water, where it sort of sits on the water and floats there and gives off a big plume of smoke in the middle of it. And you can see after like a minute or so of this, there's a lot of sudden activity on board the Fatazan ships.
Yeah. I guess
Um,
that'll fill in whoever is like in charge of the docks right now and who is like passing the messages back to Ismo about what's going on. So just
yes,
so
you
they don't
get
freak out.
one of your samurai is in charge of the various Ashigaru guards here, and he listens and understands that okay, this is apparently fine. He accepts it. He sort of looks it looks a little distrustfully at the new hundreds of foreigners to show up to in the last like couple of months. As you continue to build your increasingly diverse coalition against the shogunate. Um, but he accepts your command loyally without question, and he just seems more like okay. If the daimyo is wrong and these are assassins, I will be ready. Mm. And he goes off to his otherwise business, and the Ashigaru basically disperse back to their normal positions. So you can see that basic boats are being filled with people, and you can tell that they're soldiers, and with various pieces of equipment on the Fatazo ships. On the Tien ship, there is very little activity, even as you approach. The ship is docked, but there doesn't appear to be anyone going on and off. And there is one of your guards is positioned at the little gangplank going up onto it. But also next to him is a tan man, a soldier. Jake,
Yes.
your nose is whistling.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
how could you do this, Jake?
I was gardening today and that really fucked with my allergies, so
I'm sorry.
Mm.
It's just like I was talking and like occasionally like, but you're cool. I was just wondering. I just wanted to let you know. There is in very heavy scale armor, with a metal plate circle in the center of the chest with a large dragon, a golden dragon filigreed upon it. Similarly, sort of sloping helmet that covers the sides and back of the neck down to the shoulders, with a large red plume that trails down to his back, and armed with a big halberd-like weapon, a guandao, that is similarly plumed at the beginning, where the beginning of the blade meets the shaft.
Hmm.
And while your guard sort of snaps to attention as you approach, he is at attention already, but suddenly becomes a lot more
he
Um,
stands up even straighter.
Yes, it's actually more that he was like at a relaxed attention a second. Now he looks like he's ready to like jump at you.
Oop.
What? What?
Um, as you approach.
Huh?
Hey,
Your guard
at ease.
sort of like snaps a look at the other guard and before quickly going to you and bowing. Lady Sada Ryudo, it is an honor to meet you in person. This is a vessel of the Empire of Tea.
I
Yes,
figured as much.
Lita. Very good. The guard sort of steps away towards you and they're very they're kind of okay, this guy is just very
Uptight.
he sort of leans into you and whispers, I think they still think that they rule us.
Oh,
And before backing away, this is you. He's a very, very devoted guard of the Dragon Emperor and is currently here guarding one of his emissaries.
okay. I greet him with a little nod of the head.
He does not nod back. He is just sort of looking at you at the corner of his eyes. Still. You're going to have to announce yourself to him before he lets
Okay.
you on the ship.
Yeah. All right. I guess I go up and say, I'm Sato Ryudo, Daimyo of Sarugu. And this is my entourage, I suppose.
The Tiana Honor Guard looks at the five of you, excuse me. He doesn't seem to act with recognition. Before looking at you and goes, create the sword.
What do you say?
Create the sword.
Oh, I pull out my sword.
You pull out your sword, or
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what he said. What did he say?
he said, create the sword.
Oh, okay, yeah. I make my fire sword.
He looks at the katana wrought of naught but flame.
Oh, the narrative became
Damn.
fancy.
Look sort of closely, and before nodding at you, still suspicious, but seemingly satisfied that you are who you say you are. You may approach the emissary of the Emperor.
All right, thank you. All right, and I guess let's make our way up the gangplank.
All right. Sada, you begin making your way up the gangplank. Whoever is next behind her, you get a Guandao cutting across your approach as he interposes it between you and the gangplank. She may speak to the Dragon Emperor's emissary. I didn't say you.
Do you expect our leader to go in without a bodyguard?
Yes. Sada, you're still there, by the way.
Yeah.
You're sort of on the gangplank as this happened.
Not to insinuate that this is a dangerous situation or that she is under any threat. But she travels with a bodyguard.
I mean, if it's like this, then it's fine. I should be able to. If things go wrong, it's not like it.
You don't
got-
get a say in this.
I mean, if things go wrong. If things go wrong, it's not like it'd be so hard for you guys to get on the ship. So
Well, no, if things go wrong, things going wrong in my brain is you get your throat slit. Like there's, yeah, of course we can get into a ruckus afterwards, but you'd still be dead. I'm not afraid of a fight breaking out. I'm afraid of you being, I don't know,
Yeah.
murdered for no reason.
It's like, oh, the leader is dead. Time to get vengeance. No, that's not how this works.
Let's start a boat tussle. No.
That's like we want to be on the boat. Plus, it's windy out here.
If one of you would like to try and roll diplomacy to try and convince
Man.
this frightening gentleman.
I guess that will go down and say, well, can I at least bring one of them with me? I'll roll diplomacy. Oh, Kasumi's already rolled diplomacy as well.
Ah, shit. I was
Oh,
gonna.
that-
Okay.
Diplomacy was way earlier.
Yeah, that
Oh,
diplomacy was way
okay.
earlier.
Oh, okay.
On the
Because
other
I was
Sada
gonna.
rolled a 42.
Holy!
Sada,
I don't
you
have
can
to help
get
you
this guy
then.
to do whatever you want, essentially, at this juncture, since he knows that you're the correct person. A 42. What do you say to him exactly?
I was just gonna say, can I at least bring one of them with me? Just to make this less of a hassle.
All
Can
right,
I assist
if you want to.
and just say like, I can also act as interpreter if we would like a way to make conversations go even smoother.
I mean, Sada speaks Tianese as well, so
You do?
yeah.
Oh,
Tian, I mean,
well then I
Tian.
would have known that, and then yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but the guard doesn't know that.
This is true.
Okay, so you don't have to roll to assist. Sada, with a 42, you're able to convince him to take on one person as a bodyguard, and then you're able to convince him to take on Pow as a translator. And then you're able to grab Pascal as representative of important foreign interests that may be relevant to the concerns of the emissary. And
Holy cow.
and then
And look at Akio.
Kasumi-
He's in golden armor.
Akio is your bodyguard.
Oh.
Kasumi is now your representative from a newfound cultural institution, and
Hell yeah. I'm a cultural icon. People see Kasumi and are like, yeah, big mood.
I mean, yeah. You're bright blue and you have a huge ass. Mood.
Listen, it's an important part of the culture.
Yeah.
anyway, so yes, Sada, you're able to get.
I was like
Ev-
talking, and I once again forgot I was muted, and I was just like, and then I remembered. Oh right, Kasumi canonized a big tuchus.
Oh
And
yeah,
so-
no, the moment I
100
heard I could spend soul
Big tuchus.
goo to give a perfect, get a perfect ass. Like, come on,
Yeah, it's
I-
not just a big butt. It is
it's the perfect ass. It's
And-
sculpted,
so proportioned.
designed to be perfect on her body.
And you get your clothes all tailored to really flaunt it.
Oh yeah.
completely forgot about that somehow.
But not in a way that's obscene, just in a way that's flattering.
Sure.
Listen, don't insult
Please
Kasumi.
tell me.
I'm not
Please-
insulting.
Please tell me you
Hail
get a
booty.
+1 to intimidate, because
Oh no, I get a bonus, a slight bonus to diplomacy to people who find my doink attractive.
You do get a negative to stealth though, because Your
That's
two
fine.
tummies.
Those cheeks just keep on clapping.
You really wanted to make that joke, didn't you?
Yeah.
You know,
L-
the alluring trait I did actually give to her.
Yeah.
We're dumb. Let's keep going.
I didn't think to include a penalty to stealth, and I won't now.
Can you give her like a permanent feat that's just called like the sound of one ass clapping?
When one ass claps in the forest, it makes a sound.
Yes, you have a hidden trait that is just called dummy thick, and it's whenever you fail a stealth roll, it's because of that.
Okay.
You can just it just lets you blame your ass.
Just a pleasant little slap.
Anyway, once upon aboard the Tian Junk, you find a number of people, sailors, busying themselves around, sort of like looking at you, and as you come aboard, not really interacting with you. You see another one of those heavy-duty guards standing at the rear of the ship uh, into the sort of the rooms at the aft. He gestures you over and opens a door and steps inside, leaving his guandao outside and instead just having a hand on the broadsword at his waist. As he goes into the relatively cramped quarters of the ship's cabins. And he leads you into a sort of the rearmost cabin, which he opens for you and allows you inside after stepping in, wherein you find a third of those guards standing behind the desk of a man. The Tian man is in the process of writing a small missive, it looks like. And when you walk in, he stamps it with a stone stamp, rolls it up, and places it in a small sort of sensor where it lights on fire and immediately immolates faster than what it even paper should into bright green flame that sort of leaves no smoke and just disappears.
Neat. Presume that's some kind of magical email.
And as you enter, he stands up and bows to you respectfully.
I bow back.
Ryudo Sada, I presume.
Yes.
Thank you for coming to visit me.
You're the emissary of the Dragon Emperor, I assume. I don't know your name, but
Well, if you would give me a moment, I'd be happy to tell you to.
all right.
I am Yao Shu. And yes, I am a member of the middle bureaucracy of the Golden Empire of Tea and a diplomatic emissary of his august power, the Dragon Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor. We have things that I think we should discuss.
Yes.
Interests of yours that align with our liege.
Yes, I believe so.
Very good. Please be seated. Can I offer you tea
Sure.
or something to eat?
What do you got?
Soup.
He takes a small bell and rings it, and soon the door opens and a man walks in. Yao Shu gives the man a few orders in Tian, and it's not very long before you each have a tray of tea in front of you. You individual little teapots with tea, as well as dumplings and a few other confections, both like actual snacks, but also some actual like meaty dumplings and some heavier fare if you're hungry.
Okay.
Please take your time and eat. I don't know if you came here before lunch. It is my pleasure to host you in the humble accommodations I can afford you.
I guess Sada takes a sip of tea and I guess what brings tea to Sarugu?
I bring tea to Surugu.
Yeah.
He smiles, but I joke. Tea is, of course, already in Surugu, as Surugu is a part of tea. But as you know, the rest of Hadano, of the Broken Coast of Hadano, has recently thrown itself into open rebellion against our most august power, the Golden Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor. This is disturbing to many at the Golden Court. And while the Emperor is not so desperately concerned, as the great and mighty power of tea is, of course, capable of regulating such lawlessness in its own lands, the recent setback with the Ivory Army of the East and the insufficiency of the Ivory bureaucracy of late in handling it has led the middle bureaucracy to become more involved. Hence my visit to you. I have learned that you yourselves have rebelled from the rebellion, have thrown off your erstwhile shackles and are willing to fight against the shogunate. Am I correct in this?
Yes.
Ah, very good. Yes, I I'm very quite happy to hear this. The shogun's disloyalty and indeed treason will be punished in time by the fullness of our most august powers' full authority. But it will be most pleasing to the Golden Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor's eyes, to know that certain of his vassals are still loyal to Tianjia.
Huh?
We are therefore interested in knowing what exactly might be provided to your rebellion from rebellion to better see it succeed.
Hmm.
the Golden Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor's coffers are vast, nigh on inexhaustible. The envy of such peoples as might be found in the Sea of Sails. The resources we can afford you are great, and can thus bring, through your leadership, more of the Broken Coast back into the Imperial fold. And we are very eager to see you succeed in that endeavor.
I guess that sort of let a sigh through her nostrils, just like a little. I don't know, like just a breathe out, deep breath. Well, I have no problem with allying with the Golden Empire. I don't want to see Hadno become a vassal to it once more.
The pleasant, perfect mask of this man very slightly freezes before returning to its normal, natural state as he closes his eyes and looks at you more directly. Ah, perhaps there has been a misunderstanding. I was under the impression that as you had rebelled from the rebellion, that naturally you sought the Golden Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor's blessing and protection in exchange for your leal service. From what you just said, I might begin to conclude that you are in rebellion as well. Is this true? Or am I mistaken?
The fork has been dropped.
Sorry, my cat's being obnoxious.
I like to think that's him dropping his fork when I told him
Gasp.
that. Yeah. Let me think of the words here. Well, most of us came from Bavenne after I was the daughter of the daimyo here in Sarugu, and then our family, well, what was left of our family fled.
Your genealogy is known to me.
Yes.
So,
It is
okay.
recorded in our archives, as is the genealogy of all imperial citizens, which you are. He smiles.
So I wouldn't consider us in rebellion to the T specifically, but I do wish to see Sarugu, and maybe I don't know what the rest of Hadno's islands consider, but I want us to see our independence. I have nothing against T.
You are saying contradictory things. You have nothing against his august power, the Golden Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor,
Yeah, it's a tongue twister, ain't it?
and yet you say that you wish independence from his august power,
Yeah,
the Golden Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor.
but I would want to see that without the
These
Shogun's
two
fat.
things cannot be true at the same time. And if you thought they could be, forgive me, but you are laboring under a delusion. Harno is part of T and has been for centuries. Your writing is based on ours. Your language is based on ours. our largesse, our government has safeguarded Harno for all this time. And now you would break away from the mainland. Do you expect to become a shogun yourself and rule over
No,
your own broken coast kingdom?
not in particular.
Not in particular. Well,
I'd rather see the
interesting
people
phrasing.
rule.
He looks at you, suddenly incredulous. You would break away from the leadership of his august power to instead foist control upon the rabble. People who are not trained, people who are not educated, people who probably don't even know what direction T is in. You want them to rule.
Yes.
Well, this is most unfortunate.
I am sorry that it is. I was hoping we would come to an agreement and talk things out, but
Is most regrettable, but the Golden Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor, does not come to agreement or alliance with rebels and traitors, which is now what you have emphasized yourselves to be. This is a very unfortunate turn of events.
I mean, we share a common enemy, don't we?
No. You are a subset of our enemy. And all of T's people's enemies, including those who may be loyal to you. We will remind them. Be that as it may, unfortunately, I had expected this conversation to go longer, but as you have made your position clear, it is increasingly also clear that to do so would be superfluous. I will return to Tenja and inform them of the unfortunate circumstance Sarugu finds itself in.
All right then. I'm sorry things had to go this way.
Not yet.
Huh.
Remove the daimyo and her entourage from the vessel we'll be leaving, and you may release to them their compatriots as well.
Wait. Could this decision be postponed?
I'm sorry.
I apologize for speaking out of turn.
Apology accepted. Explain.
Our leader has been incredibly busy.
Apparently leading a rebellion.
Yes, very much so, against the forces that held this island previously, and her education on these greater matters is perhaps lacking. With sights set so low to the ground, it's hard to see the larger picture, perhaps. And there hasn't been much time to do so with the day-to-day of leadership.
Roll diplomacy.
Oh, it's not a thing I'm good at. Swear to freaking God.
And you can roll it with advantage.
Holy shit.
Because you said sorry.
Don't even
No, it's
Darn.
because you have a high sense motive. You get the sense that Yao doesn't want to go home empty-handed from this.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. It's a 30.
30
That's a
ain't too
30.
bad.
Yao Shu steeples his fingers in front of himself, purses his lips, and looks at you and goes, "What do you propose by a delay? Am I to understand that perhaps in a few days' time you will not be in rebellion against his august power, the Golden Emperor, the Red Gold Emperor, but instead are now leal servants as I initially believed?"
Well, when you put it in that time frame, it seems perhaps unrealistic.
Hmm.
Could a tutor or some sort of diplomat be lent to us to better lay things out?
Roll sense motive.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
All right.
I'm dead.
How
Pow has a heart attack.
Yashu's face is
Pretty
just
much.
an emotionless mask
Yeah.
as he stares at you. I, as a diplomatic emissary of the middle bureaucracy, am a direct line to his august power,
Yes.
and am eminently trained in the methods and history and importance of our centuries-long relationship. It would seem serendipitous that you should ask for such an education from the likes of me.
Fantastic.
Indeed. We shall remain
All right.
in Hayaba. For the time being, I will not report your treason to Tianjia on the supposition that it may yet be reformed. And he smiles. Now then, such teaching would require a lesson plan, I think. And I did also arrive here to comport to you two who I believe are your companions that we located on the East Coast before
Hmm?
traveling here.
Ominous.
Or rather, located us.
What?
Is it Bat Bear?
They should be on the deck now.
Prince
Forgive
Bat
me.
Bear. This is Nuva.
forgive me if I request to seclude myself at this time.
Okay.
They're gonna be dead.
What the fuck is happening?
I think I know who it is.
You stand up and you exit,
Yeah.
leaving through and stepping out onto the
Sada
junk.
takes a deep breath once she's out there. I
Yes,
guess
indeed.
thanks for the quick thinking, pal. I probably should have
Sure.
maybe
Ah,
lied a
pal,
bit
I'm proud
more,
of you.
but
We'll talk about this when we're off the boat.
What, did Sada fuck up again?
Huh?
From
said that?
behind you, you see a face that you have not seen in some
Yeah.
time.
I was actually just
It
wondering about
is,
it.
in fact, Prince Batbayar.
And
Oh.
and his guy, what's his
And his
name?
buddy Thurmond.
Thurman.
Oh,
Thurman!
Thurman! Hey!
Hey.
We all are very, it's like we all walk past Batfire.
You know what? No, this is fine. I expect this.
You're back. How was your
Akio
trip?
It was long
Yeah, it's been a while.
and it was a little intense.
Yeah. You came
Uh,
back on a T ship, so
yeah,
I'm sure some
we
things happened.
found our way into tea after wandering through Kesh for a while, and yeah, managed to negotiate our way on board this. I don't really know why the ambassador of the Golden Emperor agreed to take us on, but I think he was expecting to like hand us over to you as a gesture of good faith or something. And yeah, so now we're here.
All right. I guess let's get off this ship and we'll talk about everything.
Cool. Yeah,
Mm.
let's.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, that guy is kind of shady.
Yeah.
An asshole.
You hear Akio say off in the distance as he's getting off the gangplank.
Akio, the guard, just looks at you with death in his eyes. But you all managed to get off the boat and back into the city of Hayaba. While you were having that conversation, you can see that a large number of little boats have sort of disembarked from the Fatazo ships, bringing various camping supplies and also a whole lot of soldiers. As you disembark and start walking up, one of your samurai retainers waves over to you and starts bringing over a man, a very sort of broad barrel-chested looking man who's not the most bravos, as is the nature of their art, tend to be very lithe and lissom people as they sort of dodge and weave and move like water as they strike their various blows in their entrancing dance. This man looks like he put on a Bravo's uniform or a Bravo's outfit after breaking someone's nose with his forehead.
Nice.
He is about 5'8". He's not that tall. You're actually taller than him.
Wow.
But he's just like broad and solid and stocky. And as he gets closer, you see that his skin is sort of a grayish green and sort of rough looking. And underneath his hat, on either side of his face, are a pair of fin-like appendages over his over his ears, and at the base of his neck, leading up,
What?
has a series of 3 gills.
Wait, yo!
Yeah,
And
he's a gill man.
sort of saunters up to you, and before your retainer can say anything, he goes, Radariudo, Daimyo Suruku. I am Enrico Paulini.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you. And he takes off his
yeah.
hat, revealing that he's sort of like beginning to go bald. His greenish hair receding quite deeply. And bows in front of you. In a ridiculously affected way.
Pascal was telling me about you. It's nice to meet you, and I reach out a hand to shake.
He grabs it, and it's like grabbing a chunk of granite. As he puts the hat back on, it's a pleasure to meet a noble who is willing to grasp the hand of someone so far beneath her. You and I get along quite well, I think. Yes.
Yes, I
I
think
am
so.
here to bring my company of the Hat to
Yes.
your service.
Yeah, I've heard as such. It's good to have you
Yes.
on board.
And now that you see his hat,
suppose.
if anything, Pascal was being understated. This hat is sort of jauntily sitting on his head, one side curled up to contain a tremendous number of plumage that goes out for about a yard behind him. But the circumference of the hat, were it actually flattened out, is probably a yard in and of itself. It's huge.
Jeez.
You like it? It keeps my son, it keeps my skin from drying out in the sun.
I can see.
Yes. So, I am told that you have a place for my men to stay. We have camping supplies. I understand we are not going to battle right away, and know that you do not pay anything for me. This is entirely on the dime of one Senor Rodrigo Fatazo.
Yes.
Excuse me, Don Rodrigo. Excuse me. I'm sorry that I've done that before. Everyone is a senor to me. I don't care who they are, except when they tell me it's otherwise. Then I'll use the right one, presuming I remember. If I forget, just tell me. I will be.
Damn,
I
this
will
guy
fix
rules.
it.
Yeah, we have ample space outside of the city walls. There's already a camp out there next to well, there's a camp there set by the this group called the Sun Elves. We're planning to have you
Good,
sit up next
very
to.
good. And he sort of slaps his side and goes, "I am a fan of ample space. You have so you have plenty of room for my men next to some elves. Okay.
Yes.
These
Yeah, they're from
these elves,
they're from the floating city up there.
yeah, I noticed that. It's
Yeah.
you don't see that every day.
Yeah.
But so they're friendly then.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
friendly.
Oh,
Yeah.
those elves.
Yeah.
I see. Don't worry. There not be any problem. I will make sure.
Okay.
Yes. Is there a place for me to stay in that fancy castle of that, or am I going to be building the big tent instead?
Do we have any room in the castle?
You have some guest rooms. Whether or not you want to give any to this guy is wholly up to you.
Maybe. Let me let me check it out.
Of
I
course,
nudge.
of course. Don't tell me now.
I nudge Sod on the shoulder. Hey,
What?
hey, treat the Gilman nicely.
I mean, I like him, so.
A happy Gilman is a happy blessing for us. Hey.
Jeez. Is this weird sailor superstition?
Yes.
Oh,
Akio, you're a mercenary. Do you know Captain Polini?
What do I have to roll to see if I do?
No, actually, that's it's your background. Honestly, you can just decide.
I would probably do. Yeah, I'd be familiar with the Gilman.
Yeah.
It kind of stands to say that I've traveled the. How many seas do we have?
50,000.
There's a number of seas.
South
I
has
was about to
decided. Yeah.
I haven't
counted
traveled.
really.
Yeah, I was about to say I've traveled many seas.
Determine which exactly counts and
And well,
What's a
and
sea
I've
and what's an
come.
ocean?
Yeah, and out of all people that I've met, the Gilman have been very kind to me. And they
And as you're saying this, Akio, you've been sort of like before this, you were sort of behind Pascal, who is quite capable of eclipsing you.
uh-huh.
And as you're saying this, Enrico sort of like pushes Pascal out of the way and goes, "Ah, I thought I recognized that voice!"
Hey! Hey, buddy!
He grabs you around. He actually lifts you off the ground, which you're wearing about 60 pounds of armor, including your normal weight. So it's just like this guy is just like a solid rock of Gilman. And he like swings you around a bit and goes, "Ah, where's that bastard? I thought I heard that you came over here. Ah, what are you doing here? What are you doing with these guys? You work for them? Well, are you
Yeah,
building some sort of new mercenary band, or you?"
yeah, sort of.
Throwing any kids off the wall?
I know
You
these
don't
three.
you don't still do that, right? That was a one-off
No.
and the one and done, right? You're not
Yeah,
still chucking kids
yeah.
off of
I had to.
buildings and
I had to fight the temptation. We came in. They had 3 bull children, and I almost was like, yeah, they could take a topple or 2 off the
Okay,
roof,
okay,
but I did.
Akio, we talk about this. This is not a good thing. We've had this conversation. You need to not like really indulge in this. I'm glad that you did not, but I thought we had worked past this. But we'll talk. We'll talk. So
Yeah.
you're here. You're with the Ryudo lady, and you still got to go to Amon, I see. But you work in a mercenary company. Are you actually part of? I see you're in the entourage. Are you actually like in this outfit?
Uh, it's a kind of a complicated thing. I feel like I could talk to a drink or 2 if you want.
So you're buying.
You know it. I have this good place. It's basically like home to me.
I'd like to drink you out of it. Come on, let's go. I am
Ah.
apparently going to be in the big tent, but we'll find out. Okay.
All right. Who's joining us? Pow.
I mean, I guess we can all go. We have to catch up with Batbear anyway, so
Which pet player? Oh yeah, you.
yeah. This Prince Batbear.
Yeah. Hey, this is a prince, huh? Have you met Prince Batbear? I don't think I have. Hello, you.
No, he's met him.
Hello?
Oh.
Yes, you have met me actually. I left after you joined.
Sorry.
So
Sorry. You know how it is. I was literally 2 people,
I
and one of them
really
died.
don't. Okay. I'm
That was
going
that.
to ignore that.
Okay. Akio's being very silly right now.
When did
Nice.
Batbear leave again? I can't remember exactly.
A few months ago.
Okay. I'm trying to remember like what events have happened that we would fill him in on.
Honestly, this campaign is going on so long, things have blurred together a little, and as I have realized, my notebook is just not efficient for keeping track of
There-
something this expansive.
There are literally times, because I've played 3 characters now, where I don't know which of the characters knows who.
Well,
And one
like
of the-
2.5.
Wait,
Garland
Guitarist
counts as a
and
whole.
or negative. Yeah.
Garland.
Garland,
Garland.
Yeah.
Garland counts as a whole, and he's back.
Yeah.
Is he?
as a ghost. He tried to kill us. Remember?
Oh yeah, but
Anyway,
And it was wonderful.
okay. Come on, we'll go to bar.
Let's go to bar.
And yeah, together you go to the bar that Akio frequents, and you do find it's a tavern really, so there's a back room that you were given over to, and yes, you are allowed. Soon you're sat down with whatever libations you require, and yes,
All right.
conversation.
Yeah.
Comes
So
in.
I guess we catch up Vapair and Thurman first on everything that happened, like the Namboku, the Hongo, all that
No.
stuff. Yeah.
No. We talk about me. Okay, fine. We can catch him up first, and then we talk about me. But first,
They
drinks for everybody.
they nod.
Oh yeah, I think
Uh,
the last time we saw when he left was just shortly after we got back from Aven, I think. Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember everything that happened. God, a lot happened.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too much, in
Something
fact.
particularly uh, affecting actually happened, and both Thurman and Bebe are quite unhappy to hear that Shunichi
Yeah.
has released from this mortal coil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you can at least go pay your respects at the tree there in our castle. Also, I guess at the Temple of
Yeah,
Silva as well. He sort of has two
yeah,
grave stones, I guess, in a way.
there's a whole bunch of temples I noticed,
Yeah, that too.
including one really big one.
Yeah, that's sort of the
Um,
United Temple.
okay, so that needs explanation. What's that exactly?
Uh,
And who's high priest now that Shunichi's gone?
Pow is right now,
What?
isn't she?
What?
Didn't we already decide that?
I mean, you
We
say
decided
out of
that
character.
as players.
Oh. I didn't realize. Okay, because I thought a kingdom building phase already passed. So
Yes, that's out of character.
okay. Well, then I don't know. We haven't figured that out yet.
Okay. That seems like really something really important.
Yeah.
Should be figured out right now. If you want the kingdom to like not explode.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. So leaving that aside,
So yeah, what happened in Kesh?
in Kesh, we well, we went to Kesh, and it's really flat there.
Yeah, I've
Just thought I'd
heard.
interject. But it
Yeah.
goes onto the horizon, just grassland.
Well, lots of planes,
Yes.
right?
Yes. There are like mountains off in the real distance, but yes. Simon, I don't think she was asking about the um the weather and the climb. Well, we went to Kesh, as you know, with the intent of finding my clan to see what their current situation is and if I could be if I would be able to take back my birthright
Mm.
and become the clan head once more away from the Daimor Confederacy. And after some months of wandering around, we succeeded.
No.
I was able to make contact with members of my clan. And when they didn't kill me, I took it as an encouraging sign that their loyalty might not be to the Khan.
Well, that's good. Very good.
Yes, it is
Hey.
very good.
Yeah.
Especially what's better is that the more Confederation occupies the eastern and southeastern third of Kesh. My clan historically has had their herding area just north of the mountains of tea. And that's where I was able to find them. The clan is still together under the rule of the Dalar Khan, but otherwise fairly autonomous. My uncle is their Khan now.
Hmm.
If I were to take control of my clan, the Dalar Khan would find out and come down. And very shortly after I was finished murdering my uncle for leadership of the clan, he would in turn murder me to finish the job that he tried to do 20 or so years ago.
Hmm.
And when I say murder my uncle, I should preface this. I don't actually intend on murdering my uncle. That seems like, I mean, I don't even really know the guy, and as far as I know, anyway. I need to remove him from power in order to become the Khan of my clan. And if I become the Khan of my clan, I will then have to deal with the Dalar Khan, who will kick my ass.
Yeah. We actually just had
Um,
T show up here in regards to our rebellion against the Shogun, so I can
that's
relate.
yes, I know.
Yeah.
I was on the boat.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Um,
Akio's drinking is rubbing off on me.
how did you
Hey, hey,
survive
hey.
without me?
It's a miracle.
Anyway, if I want to reclaim my birthright, then conflict with the Dalar Khan is inevitable. But if I kill the Dalar Khan, the Damor Confederation could break apart.
Yeah.
This would A, serve my purposes because then I wouldn't have another great Khan trying to murder me anymore.
Oh,
B,
that's good.
be very helpful for T.
Hmm.
T has like that 4 or actually 5 direction thing going
Yeah,
on.
the armies, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't just define their armies, that defines like every aspect of their government is divided into those
Yeah.
5 basically huge over provinces.
Yeah.
And their northern iron area, that iron army of the north exists to fight my people. And
Yeah.
right now they are on super high alert because there's a great horde running around just north of them. The Damor Confederation breaking it apart serves T because then they can pull off troops to fight the Shogun.
Yeah.
We could maybe get their help. I don't know how that would look. And even if they did, if we like marched an army into the plains of Kesh, well, there's a reason why the Iron Army only fights defensively against the Cords. They can't. You can't. You
Yeah.
can't fight in Kesh against the Keshites. You'll lose.
Yeah. Is the home field advantage? They know how to fight there with all that open
Exactly.
space.
That, and when there's all that open space, all you can do is fight, and we're stronger than everybody else. So it's
Yeah.
just going to be a wash over you sort of thing.
Yeah.
There's no real way to use terrain to your advantage.
Which I guess also
except
leads.
for the terrain that we know, which we
Yeah.
do use.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sort of taking a bit of a deep dive into Keshite fighting practices, but
How'd you guys end up in tea after?
well, after we met up with my clan, and I sort of was able to put out feelers and get a discussion going with some of their members, I rode with some of their groups, was able to get more of a discussion. Eventually, we got to the T border when I realized that when we wanted to get back. Oh, well, why did we go to the T border? So another clan came upon where our ship had docked, the little town. Not my clan, another clan entirely. And apparently that town hadn't paid its tribute that month. So that town doesn't exist anymore.
Jeez.
Which means that that boat doesn't exist anymore. Or if it does, I don't know. I was too busy running away.
Yeah.
Yeah, the the dollar con is kind of a old-fashioned dude when it comes to dealing with people. And doesn't like to be stiffed on the whole tribute thing. Because what's the point of having tributaries if they don't pay you?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we needed to find another way home. And so we were able to connect with my clan, travel with elements of them for a while. Never the main element, because if my uncle
Yeah. If your uncle
found
knew you
out
were
I was
there.
there,
Yeah.
you'd try to have me killed as a threat to him,
Yeah.
or just hand me over to the Dollar Khan or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, eventually we made our way down to T, and T doesn't exactly have closed off borders. Eventually, if you're able to prove you're not trying to gut into murder people, you can just sort of say that, hey, I'm just traveling through, and they'll eventually let you in. It takes a few days for them to give you enough papers, and he sort of goes into his pack and pulls out like a small booklet
Of course.
that he just starts leafing through, and it's all filled
I've
with
seen this kind of thing
various.
from Mr. Wren many a time.
Yeah, it's all of it is just dense handwritten pages of bureaucratic notes, all of them stamped with various shaped stamps. Yeah, eventually this will fill up enough that you can get through.
All right. So yeah, I guess that leads us to where we are now
Yeah.
with the. So yeah, since you didn't overhear our conversation, I assume, with the emissary.
No, I didn't.
But he came here assuming that Sarugru would be, and I guess the rest of Hano would be vassals to the Golden Empire again.
And okay, that's
So, yeah.
fine.
I mean,
You told him that he's right, right?
no.
Face in my hands. Elbows on the table.
Sada. Honesty is a good quality to have, but you're in charge of a country now, and occasionally it's okay to lie.
I suppose so, but I figure that if I did, they would figure it out sooner or later.
Yeah.
Later is the key term here.
After they give you tons of money and support to destroy the shogunate, then you turn around and use it against them.
On your quest to destroy the shogunate, you don't pull in an entire other country's military on top of your head. You just don't do it.
We're off the boat, right?
Yeah,
You are
we're
off
in
the
a bar.
boat. You are
Yeah.
well inside of Hayaba now.
But I figured that would
Kasumi just
incur their
kind of
wrath.
mumbles to it. Kasumi kind of mumbles to herself, "Still not too late to tell them the lie."
Yeah, I mean, we figured we turned that around. So
So okay, so T isn't going to like murder us as soon as they're done murdering the Shogun. Presumably they
Yeah.
do.
Not quite yet.
Okay, that's good.
We'll see, I guess.
I mean, it would go a long way to maybe solidifying your relationship with them if you helped. I don't mean to keep tooting my own subquest here, but if you helped break apart the Demor Confederacy, um, that'd be kind of a big deal.
Oh.
Also, it would make my clan an ally of yours because I'd be leading it,
yeah,
and my clan has about 6,000 fighting men
yes,
and women, I should say, people, warriors, and well, you did promise me.
yeah. I know. I've always been wanting to honor that promise. I just didn't know how and when we could, but this seems like might be the best chance to do so.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I agree.
As long as that,
And
as
honestly, it
long as we
should be
don't,
pretty easy.
as long as we don't have to worry about that cryo hydra.
Was it a cryohydra?
Yeah, over on the over on the East Coast. It's just chilling.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah.
How big is it?
Also, like really big, like colossal.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out. I'll
Yeah.
help you do that.
Thanks. There's also some goblins, but they're weird goblins.
What?
Yeah, that's another thing. I guess I should have tell you guys.
There's a lot of things
Yeah.
happening
Weird
today.
goblins?
Yeah, there are some goblins over on the other coast actually, and some of our troops when they were like, checking out the hexes, checking the land out, they got accosted by them. But instead of like, well, getting rushed and torn apart, the goblins sort of just tried to ward them off.
That is weird.
Yeah, which they did. So because they were far outnumbered. So
Okay. Interesting.
yeah.
Those sound like something that you should investigate. I can definitely help you fight a cryohydra, and
All
I
right.
think Thurman and I didn't get to do any fighting while we were over there, really, except against that first clan when it burnt down the village.
Okay.
So, but yeah, well, we can help you with that if it'll help you speed up and take down the Dollar Khan.
All right. Thanks. So yeah, I think once we take care of those, maybe we should head to Kesh.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot going on. Did I tell you about the vampire?
I think you might have mentioned it in passing.
Yeah. I mean, Suru is after him now, so
Okay,
yeah.
good.
So hopefully that should be fine.
Yeah, hopefully. Oh boy. Okay, cool. We're back.
Yeah. Welcome back. It's good to have you
Thanks.
back.
Yeah,
I was worried. I was worried about you guys.
Yeah, well, I suppose, worried about you guys too. More Sarugu, though, because as we've discovered, you will incite an empire to try and murder you.
I mean, I was just.
Well, anyway. Whatever you want me to work on first, you tell me. But I think this might be a good way forward.
All right.
And with that, that sort of puts us pretty evenly at 9:30, unless there's anything else anyone would want to do.
We're gonna throw a party for Thurman.
Woohoo!
We're gonna get crook.
Thurman.
Thurmond is just like, oh guys, no, you don't have to do this. This is
Oh yeah, Akio has a coat,
you guys
by
are
the way,
great.
that is just filled with booze that he absorbs through his skin. I think.
That's
You can just sip out of it too if you want.
utterly unsurprising and also horrifying.
Yeah.
He's a nasty boy.
Yeah. Stink man.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
and with that, we will call an end to our session for tonight. And I hope you all had a very good time. I'm glad that we invented soups. Is it plural or possessive? We will never know.
We'll never
I
know.
mean, I had an emotional breakthrough with a young ward.
Oh, that is true.
But is that as important as soups?
Yes. Yes, so probably not tonight, but probably tomorrow. I will finish collecting references for Pascal and get it over to Javier for what he wants for getting a commission together for him.
Nice.
Sweet, sounds good.
Yeah.
Nah,
Well, that was a fun
I hope Pascal doesn't die now.
Why would you say that?
What if the
the f-
curse? The curse.
The flags of
Oh
the
no.
flags of fate have been set.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whenever Sal commissions a character, they're doomed to die.
Oh, I
jeez.
commissioned Shinichi after.
They will be
Oh, yeah.
immortalized.
I mean,
I also
technically, Oliver did kind of die in a sense. I mean, in the sense that he became more than mortal and stopped being mortal. When
Wait
you
a
stop being
second.
mortal, typically you die.
Wait a second. This
True.
rule only applies to me because Rita drew Batfire and Garland, and they're both dead. Or I'll die.
Oh.
Neither Tatsu nor
Nothing to do
Kubo
with certain
are
choices.
still are dead.
I think I drew a quick Akio once just because you got a cool
Oh
Cape.
no!
The cape.
with those marlins on it.
How can
Or-
How can we be
Hey,
so
you're
sure
gonna die.
Fubo isn't dead? We haven't seen him since the event.
Kubo is fine. I can tell you. Perfect.
I
authority.
will honestly, legitimately admit I'm surprised I haven't. Alright,
Tatsu
I-
is also okay. And I'll note that actually the curse might have more to it because if you recall, Pascal has died
It's true.
Yeah.
like 5 times.
very, very briefly.
He's died a lot.
Well, no, he's been
He's-
in severe danger of dying a lot.
He's been gravely wounded
He's
quite
died
a lot then.
once.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you, Rita, that the first time we used to have a party member, Pete used to play with us, and I
Yeah.
was
Oh, yeah.
I was a brand new baby to the role play, and Sal's invited me, and I'm like, yeah, let's play. And in the first session, Pete blew up.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
All
Was that
right.
of his own doing or someone else's?
He took a sip of water and blew
Oh.
up.
Yeah, it was one of
Oh.
those magic fountains.
Oh no!
Remember? Yeah.
He took a sip of a magic fountain from a magic fountain whose water flowed through the Kaltharak Desert. The Kaltharak Desert being the area of extreme wild magic.
Fantastic.
And yeah, he
Fortunately,
blew up.
Urov had put the contingencies on all of us, so so he
I've
survived,
been-
or he came back. I mean.
And I guess I've been chasing that high ever since.
Well,
Yep.
time for me to get to moseying.